Hello, Bacha Party. How are you all? Today we will start with our next video based on the body movement. Okay. In first video we have discussed about the human body and its movement. Then what is difference between the movement and the locomotion. Then we have discussed about the different types of joints and how they function in our body. Then we have discussed the difference between the bones and the cartilage in our body, and we have discussed about the skeleton, the function of the skeleton system. Okay, now in second part, in this part we are going to discuss about the various organs of the skeleton system. Okay, with with these different skeletal organs of the skeletal system, we are going to learn about how do the muscles move the bone. Okay, how the movements, yeah, locomotions in the animals takes place. Okay, now let's start with the today's topic, that is our skeleton system, the organs of the skeleton system. Let's start with a skull. Okay, the skull protect the brain as well as the special sense organs of the vision. Okay, that means hearings, then balance, taste, smells. Okay, these organs get protected by the skull. Basically sense organs, ear, nose, eyes, tongue, these are soft organs which are present in the skull area, which can be protected by the skull of our body. Basically the skull has main two parts. Okay, the upper part which provide the cover and protection to the brain, and that upper part is called as a cranium. The upper part is called as a cranium. Okay, it provides the cover and protection to the brain. The bones of the cranium, basically they are flat and joined together with a fixed joint. Okay, which we have already done. There are fixed joints in the skull. Okay, now this cranium, basically this if you'll talk about the skull has total 22 bones. Okay, and out of 22 bones, 8 bones are in the cranium. Okay, here in a picture you'll able to see a different types of bones present in the skull. Okay, just keep in mind that there are total 8 bones in the cranium part of the bone. Okay, here we you don't need require the names and all. In higher classes we are going to study about the different names of that bones which are present in our cranium. Okay, now if you talk about the cranium, these bones are flat and joined together with a fixed joint. Then the next part of the skull is the facial bone. Okay, the facial bones, basically there are 14 bones present in our facial bones. Okay, basically if you talk about our upper jaw and a lower jaw, okay, these are the two bones present, basic bones present in our facial bones. Okay, the lower jaw is movable and the upper jaw is immovable. Okay, and because of the movement of the jaws, we are able to eat, we are able to talk, we are able to sing. Okay, there are total 22 bones in the skull. Out of that, 14 bones are there in our facial bone. Okay, 8 bones in the cranium and 14 bones are present in the facial bones. Okay, now next part of our skeleton system is backbone. Backbone, basically they backbone means nothing but the main support of your body. Okay, it extends from the base of the skull to the hip. Basically, backbone consists of 33 small ring bones which are called as vertebrae. These vertebrae are joined each other and form a hollow bone tube like structure, and which protect the spinal cord which pass through this backbone. Okay, this spinal cord basically passes through the holes which is formed by the joint of the 33 vertebrae. Okay, means we can say that backbone protect the spinal cord. Then these backbones, the vertebrae are joined with each other, and these, because of this joining of the vertebrae with each other, they allow us for the to move our body slightly. Means we can bend, we can twist our back. Okay, because of the joints present in our body, that is in our backbone, and that bone, that is called as a vertebrae. 33 vertebrae are joined with each other by the joints which allows the slide movement in the in our body. That is, we can bend, twist our body because of this joint present in the vertebrae. Okay, this is the peak of the vertebra. If you saw here a small hole in the in the figure, that is, that holes, they are one on one. These vertebrae, 33 vertebrae joins each other, and that hollow part, the spinal cord is present. The next part is nothing but our rib cage, our chest bone basically. Okay, chest bone which has a cone shaped bony box, and that is called as a rib cage. Rib cage has a little bit elliptical bones, okay, little bit curved bone, and it forms a cage. There are basically 12 pairs of ribs, which from the front side it is attached, if from front side it is attached to the chest bone, and from the back side it is attached to the side part of the vertebrae, and because of that a cage formed, and that is called as a rib cage, or it's also called as a chest bone. There are basically 12 pairs of ribs. Out of 12, 10 pairs of the ribs are attached to the breastbone in the front, and 2 ribs in the front, they are free. At the back they are joined with the part of the vertebrae. Okay, but in the front only 10 pairs of the ribs are joined to the breastbone, and the 2 ribs in the front, they are free, and these 2 free ribs are called as a floating ribs. The rib cage protect the lungs and heart of our body. Okay, the next part is shoulder bone. The shoulder bone is formed by the collarbone, that is also called as clavicle, and the shoulder bone or a scapula at the back. Okay, it connects the upper part of the chest and the lower bone to the arm. Means because of the shoulder bone, our upper part of the chest and the upper bones of the arm, they get connected with each other because of the shoulder bone. If you'll move your hands back, there will be a small hump like structure on your backbone upper side, and that is nothing but called as a shoulder bone. That is called as a shoulder bone. Okay, now after the shoulder bone, we are going to discuss about the next part of our skeleton system, that is hip and pelvic bone. Hip or pelvic bone means a portion on which you sit. Okay, basically the portion on which we sit, that is called as a pelvic bone. That is called as a pelvic bone. The hip bone is formed. This basically hip bone or a pelvic bone is formed by the fusion of 3 bones. Okay, it forms by the fusion of 3 bones. The hip bone together with the hip and the tail part of our backbone formed a large bowl like structure, and that bowl like structure is called as a pelvis, or it is also called as a pelvic girdle. Okay, and this part, when we sit, that part is nothing but your hip bone, and this part get attached to the either side of the thigh, okay, with the ball and socket joint. Means we can say that this pelvic girdle, it attached to the thigh bone on either side with a ball and socket joint. If we'll talk about the uh, pelvic bone, the if females, basically females have a wider pelvic bone, okay, and it has a large space within it. Because of that only the babies can be easily travel when they born, because of that large space. Means if the skeleton is given to you and ask you to recognize this, so you will able to recognize the skeleton by the pelvic, okay, because women have a larger space within it as comparative to the male, okay, and then male and female have a slightly different skeleton if you talk about, okay, because different elbows, then angles, males have slightly thicker and longer arms. If you talk about the males have slightly thicker and longer arms, while female have wide wide pelvic bones, okay. Means with the arrangement of the bones and arrangement of the arrangement of the uh, shoulder bone, and arrangement of and the wideness of the pelvis, you can able to recognize the male skeleton and female skeleton, okay. Now, next organ of our skeleton system is arm and hand bone. Okay, arm and hand bone, if we'll talk about, the hand consists of basically upper arm, then forearm, wrist, palm, and fingers. If we'll talk about the upper arm has one long bone. Okay, see here, humor. Okay, the upper arm basically has a one long bone that is called as humerus. Okay, then if you'll talk about the, and that bone is attached to the shoulder bone. The bone, that humerus is attached to the shoulder bone, okay. Then if you talk about the forearm consists of two bones, radius and ulna. Radius and ulna, okay, these are the two bones which are present in our forearm, okay, radius and ulna. Then if you talk about the wrist, see, wrist has several several small bones, and they are called as a carpals. They are called as a carpals. Then palm, look at the palm. The palm basically it is made by the five bones. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five bones are there in a palm, and these five bones are called as a metacarpals. They are called as a metacarpals. These five finger like projection you are able to see now. These are called as a metacarpals, and each finger has a three small bones, and these three small bones are called as a phalanges, okay. This is your arm and bone, arm and hand bone, okay. This is arm and hand bone. Now next part is leg bone, okay. See, this is our leg bone, okay. If we'll talk about the leg bone, here the thigh bone or a femur, see, femur, femur bone is the strongest and the longest bone of our body, and it is attached to the pelvic bone. From one side it is attached to the pelvic bone, and in another side it is attached to our knee, okay. Now, if we'll talk about this femur, femur is the strongest and longest bone, and it bears most of the body weight. Our body weight is bear by this femur only. Okay, the lower leg basically consists of two bones, and they are called as a fibula and tibia. They are called as a fibula and tibia. Okay, these two bones, they are present in our lower leg. Then same way, like our palm, our foot, that means the foot has a finger like projection. Yes, this foot, the five finger like bones, they are called as a metatarsals. Like wrist, our ankle are made with the several small bones, and these several small bones are called as a tarsal. Okay, then foot is made by the metatarsals, five finger like bones. Okay, each finger like bone has a three part. Okay, that is called as the phalanges. In legs and hands both is called as the phalanges. Okay, same way, if we'll talk about our knee, the front side of the knee, there is a disc like cap present in our knee, and this disc like cap which is present in our knee, that is called as a patella. That is called as a patella. Okay, means these are the different parts of our leg bone. That is femur, the strongest and the hardest bone in our body, which bears the body weight. Then the lower legs consist of two parts, that is the fibula and tibia. Then our ankle is made by the several bones, that is called as the tarsal. Foot is made by the five bones, they are called as a metatarsal. And each toe, each finger is made by the three smaller bones, and they are called as the phalanges. This is the structure of our legs bone. Okay, now next part which we are going to discuss, that is how do muscle move the bone. Okay, basically if we'll talk about our body system, our body, because of the skeleton system, as we know that we are able to move. But not only for the skeleton, with the skeleton system, in our body we have a muscular system also. Means the movement of our body, it takes place with the help of skeleton system and a muscular system. Okay, now this muscular system helps our body to move. Then what does these muscles are? The muscles are basically elastic bundle like structure which attach our bone by the tough fibers, and these fibers are called as a tendons. Okay, muscles are elastic structure which is present in our body. These muscles attach the bone with the fibers, that fiber is called as a tendons. Okay, now because of these muscles, our the movement of the bones takes place. Basically bones are harder part. Okay, they are not able to the bones itself not able to move. Okay, if we talk about our bones, the bones basically they are little bit harder. Okay, and but because of the contraction and the relaxation of the muscles, we are able to walk, we are able to move different parts. Okay, means we can say that at several parts of our body move at the joint by the contraction and expansion or a relaxation of the muscles. Then how does it takes place? Okay, basically if you'll talk about our arm, when you'll tight your fist, when you'll tight your fist and close, put your arms together. If you'll tight your fist and bend your arm at the elbow, and if you'll touch the upper part of your arm, you will able to feel a swollen region inside your upper arm, and that swollen region is nothing but called as a muscle. Okay, the upper part. Okay, these muscles bulge and contract. If you'll fold your hands, so you will able to see that that bulgy part, that swollen part, that means the contraction of the muscles takes place in your arm. Okay, and that side, that time only, when you will relax your arm, bring your arm at the normal position, your the muscles get relaxed. Okay, means when you will keep your arm, yeah, fold your arm from the elbow, you are able to see a swollen part. That means this is because of the contraction of the muscles. And if you bring your arm at the normal position, the muscles get relaxed. That means, and these muscles, the movement of our body takes place because of the muscles. Means we can say that muscles work by the contraction and relaxation. And why these muscles are able to contract and relax? Because of the presence of contractile protein present in the muscles. In the muscles there are contractile proteins, and because of that muscles can be contract and relax. Okay, if we'll talk about the muscles now, how these muscles, the movements takes place. Okay, see, the relaxation and contraction of the muscles only is help for the movement. See, suppose now the basically the muscles work in a pair. Okay, means if one of part of the muscles contract, the bone is pulled that direction. Okay, when the muscles get contract, because of the contraction of the muscles, the bones get pulled towards that direction. In the direction the muscles contracts, in that direction only bone moves. Means we can say that the muscles can only pull, muscles cannot push. Okay, means when muscles contract, the bone is pulled in that direction. Okay, and meanwhile the other muscles of the pair relaxes. Okay, means one muscle, for some muscles when they contract, other part of the muscles get relaxed, and to move the bone in the opposite direction. Okay, and the relaxed muscles contract to pull the bone towards its original position. Means when you'll contract the muscles, the bone get pulled in the direction of that, and when you'll relax the muscles, the bones will get moved to its original position. You can see this movement by folding your arm from the elbow. You'll able to see the movement of the bone and movement of the muscle. When the muscles get contract, the movement of the bone is, means this contraction of the muscles allow the bone to pull in the same direction. Okay, same direction of the muscles only, right? If we'll talk about the basically to how it works, the elbows, how does the muscles and bones work together, you can study the movement of your arm at the elbow joint. Okay, two muscles there are basically. If you talk about our arms, when you fold the upper swollen part, that is nothing but called as a bicep. These muscles are called as a bicep, and the lower part, it is called as a tricep. It is called as a tricep. See, now we will learn about the movement of our arm. Okay, the movement of our arm at the elbow joint. Okay, there are two muscles, upper one bicep and lower ones are called as a tricep. When the arm is moved up, the biceps contract, okay, and become shorter, right? In first figure a. Okay, then after that it when it's shorter, that time lower part, that is tricep, they are relaxed, they are expand. Okay, right? In a B, if you see B position, the tricep muscles are relaxed and the bicep muscles are contract. And when you'll release your hand again, when you'll straight your arm, that time what happen? Your tricep will contract, okay, and the bicep will expand. And because of the movement of this tricep and bicep, you are able to move your hand in the elbow. This way the muscles takes place. Okay, understood how do the muscles of our body takes place, the movement? Okay, see, right? Now we'll discuss about the movements of the animals. Movements of the animals means locomotion of the animals. Okay, means locomotion means the movement of the animal from one place to another. Here we have already discussed that there are basically animals with the endoskeleton and exoskeleton. If skeleton system is inside the body, that is the endoskeleton animals. And that is like a tiger and all animals, or if we talk about ourselves, we are endoskeleton animals. Then exoskeleton animals means the skeleton in which the skeleton is out the body. For example, reptiles hai, that is then a snail, then crab, cockroach. In a cockroach also, they are a exoskeleton, they have a hard structure of their body at the back. Okay, out of their body, they are called as a exoskeleton. Then on the basis of the thing, we have already done backbone, which is present in our body. Yes, and because of that backbone, the animals are divided into two parts, that is vertebrates. Okay, if the backbone is present, that means the backbone, that means they are called as a vertebrates, and without backbone they are called as a invertebrates. Okay, right? Means earthworm is considered as a invertebrate. Okay, because why I'm discussing this, because this is going to help in the locomotion. Here we are going to discuss about the different types of locomotion takes place in the body, if in the different animals. If you'll discuss about the bird, okay, if you'll discuss about the bird basically can walk with their legs. That means the birds, their streamlined body, the streamlined body, or we can say that streamlined body means a narrow from the front, and then it become bulgy, and again it becomes a narrow. That is a streamline. How aeroplane has a streamlined body. Okay, and because of this streamlined body, the birds are able to fly in the sky. See, before start with the birds, I just want to discuss it. So there are basically animals have a four legs. Okay, but these basically, and we have two legs, है ना? So these legs are basically called as a hind limb and fore limb. They are basically called as a hind limb and a fore limb. Okay, in ours four limbs are called as the hands, and hind limbs are called as the legs. Okay, if we talk about the birds can walk with their legs. That means these legs are nothing but their hind limbs. Okay, they are strong enough so that birds can walk with those legs, and birds can perch, or we can say that the few praying birds like eagle and all, they are able to hold their prey with the legs. Okay, that's why we can say that inner bones of the hind limbs are fit and strong enough for the walking and perching. Same way, if you talk about the ducks and swans. they are able to swim in the water because of these legs only, because these legs have a thin skin with which they will able to swim in the water. Okay, maximum birds are able to fly, and for the flying they spread their wings. Okay, and these wings are joined to their chest muscles, and these chest muscles are strong enough, and this bony part which is modified into the wings is nothing but their forelimbs. Okay, that is nothing but a forelimbs, and it is modified into the wings. Okay, and because of these wings, streamlined body, birds can able to fly. Same way the birds have hollow bones, and their weight, the bones are light in weight, and because of lightweight bones the birds can fly in the air. If you talk, if you want to see the uh, wings, yeah, feather of the wings with which how it is helpful to the body. See it like a forelimb. Yes, it has a like we have studied about our hands na? In hands we are having a humor, then a radius, ulna. The same part are there in a wings of the feather, because that is nothing but a forelimb only. Okay, which gets modified into the wings. Okay, here you are able to see humor, radius, ulna, see metacarpus, everything. Yes, this is nothing but a forelimb of the birds, that is wings. Okay, now next we will discuss about the movement of the fish. Fish has a spindle shaped streamlined body, and because of this shape, they will easily move into the water. Basically, if you talk about the fish has a muscular tail and fins. Few fish has a paired fins, or few have unpaired. Only one pair, one fins is also there, and few fish has a paired pair also in the pair of fins present in their body according to the different types of fish. And because of these fins and muscular tail and a spindle shaped streamlined body, fish are able to swim. Same way, the the body of the fish contain a air filled bladder inside it. Bladder means nothing but a sac like structure. Okay, and because of in our body we have a urinary bladder in which urine gets collected, the sac like structure. Same way fish has a air bladder in their body, and because of this air filled bladder their body can be buoyant, or their body can be float on the water. They do not sink inside the water because of the air filled bladder present in the body of the fish. Now, during the swimming, the front part of the body and the tail part of the body moves. Okay, basically when the front part of the body moves, that time only the tail part curve in the opposite direction. Okay, and because of this jerk the fish can able to push their body in a forward direction, and this series of jerk make the fish swim ahead. Okay, mean side front part when it moves, the opposite, the back, the tail part of the fish moves in a opposite direction, means that gives a jerk to the body of the fish. Okay, and because of that jerk the body of the fish push itself for in a forward direction, and because of that fish can able to swim in the water. Next, we are going to discuss about the cockroach. Okay, a cockroach can walk also and climb also. Okay, and from for short distance, cockroach can fly in the air also. Right. If we'll talk about the cockroach, cockroach has three pair of joined legs. Okay, and they are joined to the breast region. Okay, breast part of the cockroach, their three pairs of the legs are joined, and these three pair of legs allow, yeah, help the cockroach to walk. Same way, the cockroach has little bit a harder skeleton, that is exoskeleton, present on its in its body, and this exoskeleton of the cockroach also allow a cockroach for the movement. Okay, because of that harder part, that exoskeleton, cockroach can able to move. Same way, with the three legs and with the exoskeleton, the cockroach has two pair of wings also, which are attached to the breast region only. Okay, in a breast region, cockroach has three pairs of legs and two pairs of wings. Okay, this breast region, basically it is connected with the three pairs of the legs, two pairs of the wings. This breast part of the cockroach is little bit a strong and a large muscle. It has a little bit strong and a large muscle. These muscles allows to the movement of the legs for the walking and wings for the flying. Okay, means breast has the breast part of the cockroach has the strong and large muscles which helps the cockroach to fly or which helps the cockroach to walk. Okay, now these are the part of the cockroach. Okay, two wings, four wings, hind wings, then four pairs of the three pairs of the legs, four legs, middle legs and hind legs. Okay, this is the part of the cockroach. Now we will discuss about the snake. The snake has a large body which consists of a large number of vertebrae. Okay, these vertebrae are joined with each other with the ribs and the skin. Okay, they are interconnected and they form a slender body. The movement of the snake, okay, if you talk about the movement of the snake, is called as a slithering. Snake can swim also. Okay, this as you know that snakes do not have legs, means snakes do not have limbs. They move with the help of rough scale on the under part of their body. The under part of their body have a rough scale like structure, and because of that scale, the snake can able to move. The movement of the snake is called as a slithering. Okay, now while the moving, the snake forms a loop. Okay, loop means curve position, a several loops. They allow the snake to push its body against the surface, and it push its body in a forward direction. Because of the formation of the loop, there are several formation of loops, and because of these loops only, the body of the snake is moved forward direction. Okay, and the movement of the snake is called as a slithering. Right, now the snake are vertebra, called as a vertebra. It is considered as a vertebrates. Okay, it is considered in a vertebrates animal because it has a backbone. Okay, longest body. Right, and because of the loop movement, because of the formation of the loops, the snake is able to walk. Okay, this loop move allows the snake to move in a forward direction, and the movement of the snake is called as a slithering. Okay, it is called as a slithering. Now, if the next we will discuss about the snail. As you know that the body of the snail is covered with the hard shell. Okay, that means we can say that this snail is called as a exoskeleton animal. Okay, now this snail has a soft body, unsegmented body. They do not have segment on their body. If you talk about the earthworm has a segment. Snail do not have a segment, means part नहीं होते, different parts नहीं होते. They have a soft body, unsegmented body, which is covered with the hard shell. It is called as a exoskeleton. This shell cannot help snail in the locomotion. It just protect its soft body. Okay, this shell protect the soft body of the shell of the snail. Okay, the snail comes out that shell with a from the circular hole which is present in the shell. The snail has a muscular foot. The snail has a muscular foot which is nothing but a part of its belly. Okay, the muscular foot, it is, you will not able to see a separate foot. Okay, it is nothing but a part of their body. It is a muscular part of the body, and little bit in a belly. Okay, in a belly it is a muscular part, very slimy part, and because of that, this slimy part, this muscular foot allowed the snail to move. Okay, to walk. Means we can say that the muscular foot, which is a part of the belly, helps the snail in the locomotion. Okay, it helps the snail in the locomotion. A snail moves very slowly. Okay, and while moving, it secrete a sticky mucus. Okay, it forms a sticky mucus on the surface, and because of that sticky mucus, the movement of the snail is easy. Okay, it makes the movement of the snail easy. Because of that mucus, the snail can easily walk on the rough surface also, because of that sticky mucus which is secreted by the snail. Okay, clear? Now, with the movement of the snail, we will discuss about the movement of the earthworm. The earthworm is a segmented, it has a segmented body. It has a small uh, segment on the body. These, there are a small, very large number of segments present in our, in the body of in a body, means we can say that the body of the earthworm formed by the rings. Okay, and that, as it is formed by the rings, it is called as a segmented body. Okay, the large number of small hair like projection, that is hairs, it is called as a bristle. Small bristles present in the body of the snake, body of the earthworm, from the under surface, from the under surface, and these small bristles are called as a setae. They are called as a setae. They are projected under surface of the body, and which connect the muscles with the base. Okay, because of this setae. Now, because of this setae, yeah, setae means nothing but a hair like projection. It is called as a bristle. Okay, and these bristles are connected with the muscles at their base. At the base, they are connected with the muscles. And earthworm like earthworm leech. If you'll see the leech also and the earthworm, they are also the movement, locomotion takes place with the contraction and expanding of their body. If we'll talk about the setae, yeah, this setae, the hair-like projection which is present under surface of the earthworm, they help in the locomotion of the earthworm. Okay, this setae helps in the locomotion of earthworm. Now how does it takes place? Okay, if we'll talk about the when the earthworm moves, when the earthworm moves, its front end, the its front end become a larger. Okay, and the back front, the rear end, it becomes thick. Okay, front portion it becomes thinner or little bit thinner and long. Okay, and the end, last end, that is the rear end, become a thick. Okay, and then after that, at it is long, at it is thicker one or thin one, then that thicker part is again move in front, and that thicker part again converted into the long part and thin part, and the rear part is become a thick. Okay, this way, with the thin and thick movement, or a contraction and the relaxation, yeah, expansion of the muscles, yeah, setae, allows the earthworm, allows the leech to move in a forward direction. And while the muscular movement, the blood of the body of the earthworm moves in the same direction with that the movement of the body, and this movement of the blood helps the body to move in a forward direction. Okay, see, with the diagram I'll help you, I'll explain you. See, this is the earthworm, and the lower part, see, the anterior part, that means the front part, it is extended. Look at the first figure, that time the posterior end is little bit thicker. Okay, and then after that, this thicker portion again become a thinner portion, and back side of it become a thicker. And in this way, the earthworm is able to move with the anterior and posterior part, means front part of the body and the back part of the body, at means the relaxation of the segment and the expansion and relaxation and contraction of the segment, yeah, contraction of the setae, helps the earthworm to move. And when this muscular movement takes place, that time, in the direction of the muscular movement, the blood also flows in the body, and because of this blood, the movement of the blood and muscular contraction and relaxation, the earthworm is able to move in forward direction. Okay, means in this video we have discussed about the different organs of the skeleton system, how do our muscles work, and how the locomotion takes place in different organisms. Okay, means birds can fly, or also they can swim, some birds can swim, they can hop. Same way, snail moves with the muscular foot. Then same way, earthworm moves by the contraction and expansion of their body, that is called as the setae. Then snake helps, snake movement of the snake is called as a slithering, and the snake also moves by the making loops on its sides. Means these are the different locomotions takes place in the different types of organism. Okay, now I hope you have understood the whole topic. On the same topic, I'll send you the notes, and I'll send you the assignment which you have to solve by own. Till then, bye and have a nice day.